Today I am going to let you know what I think you really need to know about how your loyalty shows up in the Princess app. Also, we've got news in from Carnival Cruise Lines, also a sailing that has been canceled due to that sailing becoming a charter. And finally, today is the day we are so excited. We're going to talk about those Club Class Cabana mini suites on the new Sun Princess. Those kind of cabins are also available on the deck plan. It's showing up. That's going to be on the Star Princess as well. So I've got a lot to tell you today. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Monday. It is March 25th of 2024, and I wanted to let you know this evening we are going to do our live. We are going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So bring your questions and come ready to have a fun time talking about cruising and traveling to cruise. So we'll see you there. Now let's start at the top with Carnival. On Saturday, the Carnival Freedom Fennel on the ship there, they call it the Fennel, it's the whale tail as well, caught fire. They believe it was a result of a lightning strike, but anyway, it caught fire. Fortunately, no one was injured. The crew members on Carnival handled it exactly like they are supposed to handle these situations. And so the fire was extinguished quickly, but then as a result of that fire, the Carnival Freedom made an unexpected port stop in Freeport in the Bahamas on Sunday. As they did the inspection on the Fennel there, they realized that the damage was worse than they originally suspected. So now Carnival has had to cancel the next two sailings of the Carnival Freedom. She was due to sail today, March 25th, out of Port Canaveral, and again on March 30th. That sailing has also been canceled. So we will keep our eye on the news, and hopefully they'll be able to make those repairs quickly so that no more cruises will have to be canceled. If you happen to be on one of those sailings, let us know in the comments, and I really do hope everyone on those sailings is able to get on another sailing that will work well for their schedule, because sometimes when you get your vacation time scheduled, it's hard to move it around again. So hopefully everything will go well with that. Now, the next thing I wanted to let you know is Spectrum of the Seas right now. Royal Caribbean ship is sailing out of China. And there is a 5-night sailing that was due to set sail on June 14th of 2024 there from China. They make 2 port stops in Japan and then just come back. It's a rather, the 5-night sailing there. But all of the guests on board on that sailing, they weren't on board yet, but the guests who are due to be on that sailing received a notice that sailing is now chartered. So another company or another group has chartered the entire ship for a sailing. So their cruise is canceled, and they can either have a full refund or they can move to another sailing. So here's my question for all of you. What do you think about that? I understand completely why cruise lines do charters. I get that. It would be really fun, wouldn't it, someday to do a Let's Go Family charter? We would just have too much fun. But anyway, but with that, to me, I think it's great. But I wish they would do it a little bit further out. Here we are at the end of March. And so that sailing is like 2.5 months away. So all of the people that were planning to be on that now at this shorter range have to rearrange their schedule and figure out another sailing that they can do. So just wanted to let you all know about it. If we happen to have anyone that was going to be on that sailing out of China, let us know. I keep looking at the sailings that Viking is doing in China, trying to decide if I should do that or not. They've got these amazing sailings. Viking has a long history in China, but they have these new sailings along the coast that look absolutely wonderful, and they're running this fall. So if you'd like information about that, let me know. Or I know I've said this before, if you want to go with us, if we decide to go, let me know. Okay, let's talk all about now the Sun Princess. We'll go to some fun news. Let me start off by saying that as we were approaching the Sun Princess, not quite 2 weeks ago now, in order to embark, I was looking at my app. I always double check between where we are and on our way right to the port there. I always look at my app, make sure everything is still okay, and sure enough, it was still welcoming me on my first Princess cruise. It still listed me as blue, but it was fun that it was welcoming me on my very first Princess cruise. So as we were in the taxi there, we were talking about, I hope everything shows up right. Sure enough, when we got there, my medallion was correct and it was black, not blue. And so the reason that I am sharing this experience with you is because I get so many emails from people, both who have a cruise booked with me as well as people who don't and are just worried. What your loyalty shows up when you are logged into the Princess app is not a big deal. It does not have anything to do with what your loyalty status actually is, and it has nothing to do with what color your medallion is going to be when you receive that in the mail or at the port. Alrighty, again and again and again, I have heard that people will have like the blue status and they'll get to the port and pick up their medallion, and sure enough, in my instance, it's black like it's supposed to be. People will say, oh, I'm ruby, but I'm really platinum. When they get their medallion, they're really platinum. And indeed, also when you log in on the Princess website and you go into your account and you see your captain circle, it shows the correct loyalty level. The app, I don't know when they're going to get that ironed out, but you know what? I just don't want us to all spend any time worrying about that, because it's not worth our worry. When they get that glitch fixed, it'll be fixed, and until then, it doesn't affect anything other than what we see on the app. Okay? I thought that was a really important note. Now, those Club Class Cabana Mini Suites. So if you have looked at the deck plan very much for the Sun Princess, you will notice that on deck 9, they've got that cabana area, and it's on both sides of the ship. But you've got a cabana area there, and then there are also cabana mini suites that are on decks that do not have that cabana walk around lounge area. Okay, so the mini suites that are in the area that have the edge there, those are Club Class mini suites, and so you get to eat in the reserved dining room with that, which I think is very nice. Anyone that I spoke to while we were on the Sun Princess who ate in that reserved dining room said it was excellent, absolutely excellent, that the food was excellent and that the service was excellent. And so that is a very nice perk. You get the other reserved perks. So you would get the priority embarkation and the disembarkation. You know, they would have you go wait in a lounge until it's time for you to disembark. It's very nice. But here is what I think are some really important things to know about those Cabana mini suites. First of all, I want to tell you that Let's Go family members, and he made a comment, so it's Christy and David, were so kind. They let me know they were going on that ship and we would be on at the same time. So I sent them my phone number, and sure enough, they texted when they got on and texted when I got on. Were very kind to let me come and video their Cabana mini suites. So I really appreciate that. And they are in the Club Class Cabana mini suites there in that area. So a few things stood out to me as I entered their cabin. First of all, it's beautiful. It is beautiful and it is spacious. The setup is just like it is when you come in our cabin. You would have the restroom on one side, and on the other side, you would have some drawers and cabinets along with your closet there. That is just the same. But as you walk along, and as the video shows here, here's a few things that I want you to think about, and what David and Christy were so kind to let me know. So first of all, when you are in one of those cabins, you've got a door that is in between where your actual stateroom is and the cabana area. And you can open that door as much or as little as you want. You can just open it part way, or you can fold it back so that you have virtually no door there. A big open area. And then you've got that cabana area, which is very comfy seating, they assured me, with a TV. So you can take a nap there, you can watch TV, you can chill out and read, you can look out, because then there is another door between the cabana and the area that is the lounge area. Okay, and here is what's really important. Also with that door, you can open it part way, or you can fold and have the whole thing open. Then you go out and there's areas with loungers, there's really cool seating where you can relax in addition to your lounger area. But as I walked up and down that area, one of the concerns that I have heard so many times were people were worried that if anyone was walking along that area and they looked over, if they could see in your cabin. And so I looked, and you can't. And David and Christy told me that they had noticed the same thing, that when you've got that door shut, of course, if you've got the door open, people can see in. That's appropriate. But when you've got that shut, there's like a reflection kind of thing on the glass. So in the daytime, people going by, even if they glance over, are not going to be able to see in. The other thing that really struck me is the dividers that go between each of the cabana and area as you walk out of the cabana area, it makes it really very private there. So it's not like you're going to be sitting in your cabana and your neighbor's going to be looking over and seeing you sitting in your cabana. And so that's very nice. And then also as you walk along that area there, those dividers really make a nice difference and keep people's privacy that way. But like I said, as I walked along and looked, you cannot see into people's cabin. Now at nighttime, if you have the lights on and you don't pull your curtains, I'm guessing people can probably see in. But even just with having a regular balcony, in the evening, if we have the door open to listen to hear the ocean, which we do when we're in the Mediterranean or somewhere warm, Caribbean, we will have that open a little bit. But if we want privacy, like we shut the curtains. And so to me, it's appropriate that you would shut the curtains at night if you don't want people to see in. Another really cool thing that stood out to me about that, and they pointed out, Christy said, that crew member is always here. They keep that deck immaculate and take really good care of anything anybody needs there. The other important thing is, you think of that area being so that people can walk along, and there you are in your lounger, or there you are sitting in your cabana and you're enjoying having, your doors open and everything. And I wanted to let you know that is not a thoroughfare on the ship. So really, the only people who are going to be walking by there are people whose cabana is in that immediate area right there. On the other side of the ship, they've got another similar area, but it's not like it's a loop. Okay, you've got one side and then you've got the other side. It's not like people are going to be doing laps around there or anything. It's basically if people are out on the deck and they're enjoying that as well, or they're going from one end to the other, but it's not like you've got traffic. Okay, I think that's a really important notice as well. And so I look forward to hearing from more of you as you go on these cruises and book these cabins, and let me know what you think. I have heard of some people being upgraded to them, which I think is so cool, and I would love one. By the way, when I saw them and got to see everything, and Christy and David were so nice to tell me their experience there, I would really enjoy having one of those. And so as you think about it, the main difference between the ones that have the lounge outside is the ones that are not on the deck that have that extra cabana lounge area is you'll have your stateroom, and then you'll still have the door and your cabana area, but then the other door will be, you won't have the lounge area, you'll just have, it'll be your balcony. Okay, so if you've got questions about that, put it in the comments below and I will answer. Maybe David or Christy will see it, or someone else would have stayed in one and answer that as well. But it was a really beautiful area of the ship, and I think a really nice addition to what Princess is doing. The other thing I want to tell you about it, as it comes to my mind, is we were on deck 14 and we could see down into that area. And so I took a picture so that you can see that. But then the other thing I think is important to notice is I also took a picture up, looking up from that deck there while they were so generous to have me there. And you can see up. So people who are above you are going to be able to see down, but that's not unusual on Princess and on other cruise lines. As you look at the deck plans for different places, there are a lot of decks that will extend out further, like extended balconies, so that people who are above you will be able to see down. The only thing is you just have to know that people are up there, but to me it's not a big deal. Whenever we have a balcony that sticks out a little bit, it doesn't bother me if anybody looks down. And when I'm in a cabin and I'm looking down and seeing things, I don't get out my binoculars to try to see, like, is the bag that she's got, is it pink or is it, orange? I don't know, but I don't think it matters really to me. But if you are very, very particular about your privacy, make sure that you book a balcony that is like deck, your deck 10 or up, so that you don't have that. All right, let me know, like I said, what your questions are. I really look forward to seeing you this evening. If you haven't subscribed to our videos, would you please go ahead and hit that subscribe button? We need to have you with us, and I look forward to hearing what you've got to say in the comments. And I'll see you here again tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.